As we wrap up our evening, we do have time for one more question, and I believe our audience has offered up an opportunity to share, to take us in a slightly different direction, and for our candidates to share a little bit more about what lies beneath their motivations and their drives. Teresa Collette, if you would be the first to answer this question, and let's go to 1 minute, please, 1 minute answers. I think this is going to be pretty straightforward. Or 30-second, I'm sorry, 30-second answers. I apologize. 30-second answers for this final question for each of our candidates. Teresa Collette, if you would be the first to answer it. Which founding father or mother do you most admire and why?
John Madison, because he believed in limited government and he understood that human beings have a nature and that when government tries to force them into anything other than following that human nature, which is both invested with virtue and subject to vice, that they will ultimately fail. Madison was the founding father I most admire.
Thank you. Betty McCollum, if you'd be the next to answer the question, which founding father or mother do you most admire and why? 30 seconds, please.
Well, I'm going to go with Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was a creative person. He looked and he saw challenges and he saw opportunities and he came up with solutions. And he wasn't afraid to think out of the box. When it was appropriate for folks to work together to create the Postal Service so that our energy and the energy and all the vitality in our government could move forward and we could communicate and trade with one another, he came up with a great idea.
Thank you. Steve Carlson, if you'd also answer the question, which founding father or mother do you most admire and why?
Okay, I think, in the past I've kind of not liked Alexander Hamilton because I heard that he didn't want to have the Bill of Rights and that he actually threatened to have George Washington go out and raise an army to deal with anybody who was going to push for that, so I didn't like that. However, I do find a lot in him that really has shaped our country. He was the only person who was not born here. He was born and raised in the Caribbean. And he saw slavery, really bad slavery, and he was against slavery, and he was very much in favor of trade. Some of the greatest ideas came here through Alexander Hamilton.
Thank you very much.